always in my dream, I'm clinging to a branch, knowing full well that death inevitably awaits me. The fear of dying without ever having known love was greater than the fear of death itself. I know now I was not alone in the horror of this darkness. So too was the fear of Anna Karenina. It was then that a drop of honey, sweet enough to divert my eyes from the cruel truth, came into my life. She was the Princess Ekaterina Sherbatsky.
Thank you, Konstantin Dmitrievich. I didn't know that you were in Moscow.
I arrived yesterday. I mean, today. I was going to come to see you. I didn't know you could skate so well.
Awful. But the rumor is that you are a superlative skater.
Years ago. It used to be my passion.
Skate with me. Must be dull in the country in the winter.
Not at all. I'm very busy.
Mama said that you live like a barbarian out there and wear peasant clothes.
There's a lot more to it than you think. It's very scientific.
Are you here for long?
I don't know. That depends on you.
Mama's waiting for me.
May I call on you?
We're at home on Thursdays as usual.
Today, then.
Au revoir.
You said you wanted my advice on a delicate matter.
Yes, Steva. I think I'm in love. But I'm plain and too old. She may be able to love me as a friend, but I would have to be handsome and more remarkable to make her love me as a husband.
Who is the lucky girl?
Can't you guess? I'd be your brother-in-law.
Kitty.
Do you think there's any possibility?
Oh, well, why shouldn't there be?
For God's sake, be absolutely frank with me.
I'll tell you something. My wife, Dolly, is the most wonderful woman. She can see through people.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean not only that she likes you, but she says Kitty is certain to be your wife. And they are sisters, after all.
She said that.
Konstantin Dmitrievich Levin.
Oh, God. He's come early.
I don't think I've come at the right time. I'm too early.
Oh, no.
But this is what I wanted. To find you alone.
The guest should be here in a moment. I really should.
I told you that I didn't know whether I would be here long. That it depended on you. I meant... I meant to say... Be my wife.
It cannot be. Forgive me.
It was not meant to be.
Why, Konstantin Dmitrievich. Do stay, have some tea. I hear all is well.
Ah, Konstantin Dmitrievich. Back in our corrupt Babylon. Well, is Babylon reformed, or have you been corrupted?
I'm greatly flattered, Countess, that you remembered my words so well. They must have made an impression on you.
Of course, I note down everything you say.
What's the matter with Levin today? Why doesn't he lodge in one of his diary, please?
Konstantin Dmitrievich, how is it that at home in our village of Kaluga, the peasants have spent their all on drink? and now pay us nothing. What is the meaning of that? You're always so full of praise for the peasants.
Do let me introduce you. Konstantin Dmitrich Levin, Count Alexei Kirillovich Voronsky.
Konstantin Dmitrich despises and hates town and us townspeople.
Do you live in the country all year round? I should think it must be rather dull in winter.
Not at all. If one has work to do. Besides, you can't be dull in your own company.
I like the country.
I'd be bored to tears. One simply can't live without sophisticated conversation. Countess Nordstrom was telling me about a demonstration of table rapping and spiritualism she attended.
That would be fascinating. Never seen anything supernatural.
Do you believe in spirits, Konstantin Dmitrich?
Why do you ask me that? You know perfectly well what my answer will be.
But I want to hear your opinion.
My opinion is that table rapping merely proves that the so-called educated classes are no better than the peasants. They too believe in the evil eye and spirits.
But I've witnessed it myself.
But don't you think there's something in it? If we admit the existence of electricity, which we know nothing, then why shouldn't there exist some new forces yet unknown to us?
Because with electricity, when you rub wool and resin together, you invariably produce a recognizable phenomenon. But with this hocus-pocus...
Suppose we try now. Do let us try, Princess Kitty.
Oh, Alyosha.
I think Konstantin Dmitrich would make a first-rate medium. There's something static about
Hello.
Stiva.
Who are you meeting?
My mother.
You were missed last night.
Where?
Chateau de Fleur, of course. My God. There was this wonderful little girl doing the can-cans.
I went home. To tell the truth, I felt in such an agreeable frame of mind when I left the Shabatskys. I didn't want to go anywhere else.
By the mark of your steed, I can tell you're fine breeding. A young man in love by his eyes.
And who are you meeting?
I've come to meet a pretty woman.
Oh, indeed.
Shame on you. My sister, Anna.
Karenin's wife?
Yes, well, you must know her.
I don't think so. I know Karenin by sight and by repute. You have a very illustrious brother-in-law, very high up in the ministry.
Yes, a remarkable man.
Not our kind. Like your friend Levin. I met him last night, an insufferable fellow.
You don't appreciate my Levin. But yesterday there was a reason for him being out of sorts.
You don't mean the...
Levin has been in love with Kitty for so long, and I feel so very sorry for him.
So that's it. Excuse me.
You got my telegram. How are you? Well?
Have a good journey, Mama.
Anna Arkadyevna, can't you find your brother?
Stiva, here!
She's very charming, isn't she? Poor girl, her husband refuses to travel with her. He says he's too busy.
Well, Countess, you've met your son, I've met my brother.
Pardon me for not recognizing you, but I don't think we've ever met before.
Anna Arkadyevna has a little boy of 8, Seriosha. They've never been parted before, and she's fretting at having left him behind. Really, Anna, you can't expect never to leave him.
Well, goodbye, Countess.
Goodbye, my dear. Very charming.
Horrible.
Buono.
It is a bad omen.
Nonsense. You've come. That is the chief thing. You cannot imagine how much I'm counting on you.
Stiva, I know you're to blame. Don't deny it.
9 years. My children. All to be thrown away because of a momentary lapse. True, it was not nice that she was the children's governess. What can I do?
Drop me at your house and go back to the court.
Is this Grisha?
How is grown?
How happy and well you look.
Darling. He told me. He met me at the station.
Grisha, go and find Tanya. Of course, she's young. And she's pretty. My youth and looks are gone. Taken by him and his children. I hate him.
I don't want to speak up for him, but what is the best thing to do in this dreadful situation? Dolly, Steve is ashamed.
But he made love to her.
I don't excuse him, but that's how it is.
Anna's mission to heal the rift in her brother's family was not unlike my own desire to restore the ties with my brother. So desperate were we both to feel love.
Добрый вечер. Простите, здесь находится Николай Дмитриевич Левин.
Да. Николай Дмитриевич, тут какой-то барин.
Николай!
Kostya. What is it? What do you want?
I don't want anything. I came to see you. You're my brother.
This woman is my life's companion, Maria Nikolaevna. I took her out of a brothel. But anyone who wants to know me must respect her, too. All right, then, Masha. Supper for 3, then. With vodka and wine.
А ваш брат очень много пьет.
So don't notice of her, she's a whore. You are a gentleman.
Николай, ну не пей.
Leave me alone. I'll beat you. How about supper, then? Have a drink. Tell me how you're doing. Why aren't you married yet?
Oh, no luck. I think there must be something about me that repels people.
Why? For me, everything's over. For you.
Come back with me. To the country. For the sake of your health.
No, too much to do. I've become a communist.
Nikolai, the police.
They'll persecute me like they do anyone who's not a scoundrel.
Here.
You want to feel magnanimous. Feel righteous. I'll let you have that satisfaction. Don't think too badly of me, Kostya.
Mama, please.
Princess Kitty, may I ask you for the quadrille?
I'm sorry, but I'm promised to Count Vronsky. But you may have the second quadrille.
An honor, Princess.
master of ceremonies can never be refused. It was nice of you to come in a good time. Such a bad habit to be late. Where may I take you?
Madame Karenina is over there, I think. Will you take me to her, please?
Pardon? Mesdames, messieurs, pardon?
You even dancing to the
Princess Kitty is one of my most faithful helpers. She adorns the ballroom and makes the ball gay. Anna Arkadyevna, may I have the pleasure? A short.
No, I never dance if I can help it.
Oh, but you must tonight.
Well, but if it's impossible not to dance, let us dance then.
Formation.
Well?
I'm coming.
Sassio, such a delight. Is your card free for the museum?
Yes.
I should withdraw.
This is turning out absurdly.
Anna Arkadyevna, will you stay to supper? I have a wonderful cotillon in mind.
No, I won't stay. I've danced more at this ball than having a whole winter in Petersburg.
These few brief moments intoxicated Anna like a light pouring into the dark room that was her life.
Барыня, мне 50 хочется.
What are you doing here?
You know that I have come to be where you are. I cannot help myself. Forgive me if what I say offends you.
You shouldn't say that. And I beg you, if you're a gentleman, to forget this as I will forget it.
Not one word. Not one gesture of yours. Shall I? Could I ever forget?
Stop it.
Yes, as you see, here is your devoted husband, burning with impatience to see you.
Is Sir Yoja all right?
Is that all the reward I get for my honor?
Yes, he's quite all right.
Good heavens, Alyosha. Why are your ears like that?
Did you have a good night?
Excellent, thank you.
Ah, we've met before, I believe. Count Vronsky. You set off with the mother and returned with the son. Back from furlough, I presume? So, my dear, how is Moscow?
I hope I may have the honor of calling on you.
Delighted we're at home on Mondays. What a good thing. I just heard about the artist.
I knew!
Thank you.
Gifts from Tanya and Grisha. Tanya can read now, you know? She's been teaching Grisha.
Is she nicer than me?
To me, you're nicer than anyone else in the world.
I know I am.
On the whole, then, your visit was a success.
Oh, yes.
I cannot see how a man like that can be exonerated, even if he is your brother. But I'm glad it all ended satisfactorily, and that you're back again. You wouldn't believe how irksome it is to dine alone.
I missed you too.
Time for bed.
Let's see. I'm beginning to lose hope.
Whatever hope could you have?
None. Excuse me, I'm afraid I am becoming ridiculous.
Oh, my dear, you're in no danger of that. A man pursuing a young girl might be ridiculous, but a man in love with a married woman, that has something fine and grand about it. Could never be ridiculous. Next, you'll be telling me that young girls should be virtuous, women chaste, men virile, and children should be brought up to pay their debts and earn their bread, and all the other nonsense.
Look at them. Karenin. Awful Lydia Ivanovna. So old-fashioned, so stuffy they surround her.
When I'm old and ugly, I'll become like them. For a beautiful woman like Anna, it is too soon for her spirit to be crushed by such war. We must rescue her before it is too late.
Come to my house on Saturday.
Is it true that the younger Vlasiev girl is going to marry Topov?
Yes, they say it's quite settled.
I am surprised at her parents. I heard it was a love match.
A love match? What antediluvian ideas you have. Who talks of love nowadays?
That foolish old custom has not left us yet.
So much the worse. The only happy marriages are marriages of convenience, where both parties have sown their wild oats.
In my young days, I was in love with a deacon. I don't know that it did me any good.
No, but joking apart, I believe that before one can know what love really is, one must have a fall. Pick oneself up again.
Even after marriage?
It's never too late. Love is like scarlet fever. One has to go through it and get it over. They ought to find a way of being inoculated against love. Like being baptized.
I've been wanting to tell you that you behaved badly, very badly indeed.
You think I don't know that I behaved badly? But who made me?
How can you say that?
You know why.
That only shows you have no heart. I came here tonight knowing that I would meet you. To make it perfectly clear, this must stop. You make me feel as if I were guilty of something.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go to Moscow and...
I don't want that.
Then, do this for me. Never utter those words again. And let us be good friends.
Friends we shall never be.
You know that. There is only one way we can be happy. Nothing matters anymore. Not even life. For one moment of happiness like this.
Happiness. Don't ever speak of it again.
Dobry wieczór.
Dobry wieczór.
Anna, I have to warn you
Warn me? What about?
that by thoughtlessness and indiscretion, you may cause yourself to be talked about in society. You're beginning to attract attention. I'm sure they're only rumors.
You're always like that. You don't like me to be dull, and then you don't like it when I go out and enjoy myself. Stop it, you know I can't stand it. And I would like to know what all this is about.
Your feelings are the affair of your own conscience, but I'm duty-bound to point out to you your duties. Our lives have been joined not by man, but by God. Only a crime can sever that union. A crime of that nature brings its own heavy punishment.
I don't understand a thing you are saying. And besides, I'm desperately sleepy.
Anna, for God's sake, don't speak like that. Perhaps I'm mistaken. But believe me, what I say as much for my sake as for yours. I'm your husband, and I love you. But if there are the slightest
I
grounds...
have nothing to say. It is really bedtime.
Badai! 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 Hika! Badai!
Here it is. Cupid messed with the right barrel.
Steve, when's Kitty getting married?
She isn't thinking about marriage. She's very ill. The doctors have sent her abroad.
Where's Vronsky now?
Vronsky? He's in Petersburg. He left shortly after you did, and he's not been in Moscow once since then. You know, Kostya, I'll be frank with you. It was your own fault. You took fright at the sight of your rival. Why didn't you fight it out? Kitty was never serious about him. She was just attracted by his good looks. But I tell you candidly, that when she returns from her cure, she'll be going to Yerkushova for some quiet country life. And that's not too far from here, Kostya, is it?
No. I don't know if you know, but I don't care, I'll tell you. I did make an offer, but I was rejected. Now, Kitty's nothing more than a painful, humiliating memory. It's over. I was hanging down that dark well, but the one thing I held on to was work. And I clutched it and clung to it with all my might. Once I lost my temper with a bailiff, and in a fit of anger took a scythe and began mowing. It calmed me. So I resolved to mow with them all day long. As I mowed, I lost all count of time. and had no idea whether it was late or early. A change came about my work which gave me intense satisfaction. When I forgot what I was doing and mowed without effort, my line was almost as smooth and good as tight as it. More and more often now came those moments of oblivion, when it was not my arms which swung the scythe, but the scythe seemed to mow by itself. Some external force seemed to propel me on, as though by magic. The work did itself, regularly and carefully. These were the most blessed moments. It was she. It was Kitty. On her way to Yergushovo.
Sweet. Quiet. Look at her face, Mama. So spirited and yet so gentle. You feel she could almost speak.
A fine horse. Everybody's betting on you. Not entirely for the right reasons.
What are you implying, Mama?
Don't be coy with me. You must know how you've become the center of gossip. An affair in the highest society puts a finishing touch to a brilliant young man. Lord knows I shouldn't preach. But there are those who are becoming displeased with you, Alexei. I want you to break it off.
I will not have anyone cast doubt on the honor of
Her
Madame
honor
Canna.
is non-existent, so is yours. I've been told you've refused a post in Moscow. A promotion.
Mother, I would ask you respectfully not to pry.
You only get one chance at a career. Why throw it all away on some passion? A brilliant, worldly liaison I would approve of, but not this desperate.
Oh, if my love were some ordinary, vulgar society intrigue, you would leave me alone. You have not the remotest idea what I feel.
Alyosha.
I find the lying, the deceit, the scheming intolerable.
Then give her up.
Anna?
I wasn't expecting you.
Gracious, what cold hands.
It startled me. I'm waiting for Seryoja. He went out for a walk. They'll come back this way.
Forgive me. I couldn't go the day without seeing you.
But shouldn't you be preparing for the race?
What were you thinking of? Please tell me. Anna, what's the matter? I can see that something's wrong.
I'm going to have your baby.
Tell him everything and leave him.
Oh, my son.
You must be free of him.
Afraid to become your mistress?
When can I see you? When?
Tonight, 1 o'clock.
Well, I must be at the races. Do you like horse racing?
No.
Well, goodbye.
Serioja, there is no need to be so rude.
Papa told me I was to be truthful.
Береги силы для финиша. Оберегайся водного препятствия.
If I'd been a Roman, I'd never have missed a single circus.
My race will be a harder one, I fear.
Alexei Alexandrovich! Here we are.
There's so much splendor here, one's eyes are dazzled. I will be staying the night. I'm sure you're glad we can be together. We can go, if you like. I again offer you my arm, if you want to be going. I'm obliged to tell you that your behavior...
What about my behavior?
Be careful. The despair you were unable to hide when one of the riders fell. Possibly I am mistaken. In that case, I beg your pardon.
I listen to you, but I'm thinking of him. I love him and I miss Mistress. I can't endure you, and I'm desperately unhappy. You can do what you like with me.
Все в порядке, ваше сиятельство.
Сколько сейчас?
11, ваше сиятельство.
How light it is.
General Sir Hotspur.
Brooding over your misfortune, it won't do at all. Come on, let's go and have something to drink.
I heard news of your promotion. I was delighted. I was a bit surprised.
I heard you refused an important post. Men like you are wanted.
By whom?
By Russia. Russia needs men. The communists are gathering
I don't know
support.
such thing as communists. Scheming people always have to invent some dangerous, noxious party. It's an old trick.
Well, I won't fudge it. Should we go outside? My head Therese is going to perform as Lady Eve. I like to see that kind of show with a gypsy girl on my knee.
I'm afraid I have an assignation.
Assignation? No, you don't, Ross Gilboy. Karenin arrived this afternoon, saw him at the races. I wouldn't keep that appointment. Vronsky? Vronsky? I intercepted your man on the way in. I took the liberty of ordering you some brandy and cucumbers. Drink the brandy. Oh, and this came for you. Bad news?
She's told him everything. I must go to her.
What do you want?
Sit down. I have something to say to you.
I know I've done wrong, and I'm...
Whatever your conduct may have been, I do not consider myself justified in severing the ties to which a higher power has bound us. I shall ignore it. As long as the world knows nothing of it, as long as my name is not disgraced. And therefore I simply warn you that our relations must remain as they have always been.
I can be your wife while I...
So you see nothing wrong with your infidelity, yet refuse to perform the same duties for your husband!
What do you want from me?
I want you to never see him again! I want you to be a dutiful wife!
I can't change what has happened.
Well, understand this. I will go to Moscow. I will not return to this house again. I'll divorce you on the grounds of adultery. My son will go to my sister's.
No, you must leave me, Seryoja. You don't love him.
I've even lost affection for my son because he is associated with my loathing for you. But all the same, I shall take him. You're a whore. You have no legal rights.
Alexei Alexandrovich, leave me, Seryoja. You know I can't live without him.
If you'll conduct yourself so that neither society nor the servants can find anything to say against you, you can enjoy all the privileges of a respectable life without fulfilling the duties of one. And you may keep your son.
A lot of people here. Who's here? Is Kitty here?
I never did quite believe that there was anything wrong with my lungs. But the seclusion and quiet of Carlsbad were all helpful to me. I learned how to help care for the other patients, those with serious ailments. And the work suited me. I learned that there are so many more important...
I saw you last summer. Oh, you didn't see me, but I saw you.
Where?
You were driving to Yergoshovo, my estate's on the way. It was very early in the morning. You were probably only just awake. You had a splendid team of horses with bells. You flashed by in a second. I saw you through the window. Your head was like this. Oh, and you were playing with the ribbons of your cap. Thinking about something very deeply. Oh, I wish I knew what you were thinking then.
Ladies, shall we? Really? I don't remember.
Danke. I have a question I've been wanting to ask you for a long time.
What is it?
Here.
It's the first letters of the words.
Yes.
What is that word?
Никогда.
Is it something I once said? I know what it is. Когда вы мне ответили, этого не может быть. Значило ли это, что никогда или тогда?
I don't know.
Тогда я не могла иначе ответить.
Only then.
We've reached the church any moment now. Word will come.
Oh, this is impossible.
Don't worry. You just have to wear mine.
Yes, well, if I was going to do that, I should have done it a long time ago.
Everything will turn out just fine. Don't you worry.
There you go.
Я, пошел под все запросто. Надо было на всякий случай одну запасную рубашку оставить, когда Господь не спустил до берега.
I was beginning to think that you had made up your mind to run away.
What happened to me was so silly. I'm ashamed to tell you.
Венчается раб Божий Константин, рабе Божьей Екатерине, во имя Отца и Сына и Святого Духа. Аминь. Обручается раба Божьей Екатерине, раба Божьей Константина и Святого Духа. Господи Боже наш, Славою и честью венчай, вручается рабу Божьим Катерине, а рабе Божьим Константине, во имя Отца и Сына и Святого.
Kitty should have stepped on the mat first. Whoever does runs the household. I did. What about you, Dolly? I don't remember. Why on earth not? I was so in love.
Sir, Madame Karenina miscarried last night.
My God, how is she?
Very bad. The doctor is with her now.
Who is here? Is she?
She has a very high fever. Anna Arcadievna, he has come.
I know they will all forget.
I am entirely in your hands.
He must be moved into the corner room. Mario told to sleep with him.
Anna.
I'm not afraid of you. I know I'm dying now. You ask him. I feel it already. I want only one thing. For you to forgive me. Forgive me completely.
There is some hope.
I must stay. She may ask for me.
I've long wanted to be revenged on you and her. When I got the telegram, I came here with the same sentiments. But I saw her and forgave her. And the happiness of forgiving her revealed to me my duty. I will not forsake her. And I will never utter a word of reproach to you. Should she want to see you, I will let you know. Now I think you'd better leave.
Listen to me. You had the misfortune to fall in love with a man who's not your husband. This is a misfortune, but this is a fact. Your husband has forgiven you. Also a fact. Question is, can you go on living with your husband? Do you want to? And what does he want?
I don't know. I don't know at all. I feel I'm flying headlong over a precipice.
We'll catch you. We won't let you fall.
There's nothing left for me. Except for it to be all over.
I'm still very weak.
We'll go to Italy. You'll soon get well. We'll live together as husband and wife.
You'll be ruined.
I resign my commission. Now all I want is you.
My dear friend, you must not give way to your grief. You will find support, but seek it not in me. Though I beg you to believe in our friendship, I will set to work. I will be your housekeeper. Oh, don't thank me. I do it not of myself.
How can I help thanking you?
You must thank him and ask for his help. In him alone can we find peace. Oh, my dear, dear boy. How unhappy you must be.
I'm quite well, Countess.
Your poor father is too distraught to tell you himself, so he's left it to me. He is a saint, you know. Your mother is dead.
Письма из города прибыли, Константин Дмитриевич. Видишь, усадила меня ваша барыня. Велела с ней сидеть.
Here. I opened your letter, too. I think it's from that woman, your brothers. And this is a letter from home. Dolly took Grisha and Tanya to a children's party at the Sermatskys. Tanya went as a French marquise. What's the matter?
My brother's Nikolai is dying. I must go to him. I'll leave tomorrow. Let's go. Why didn't you let me know sooner?
спасение, посвящение и оставлять удется ему всякому прегрешению вольному же и невольному. Господи помилуй, Господи помилуй, Господи помилуй. Кончился.
What is so awful for me is that I can't help remembering him as he was when he was young. You can't imagine what a charming boy he was. But I didn't understand him then. In infinite time, in infinite matter, in infinite space, an organic cell stands out, will hold together a while, and then bursts. And that cell is me.
Christian.
I cannot live without knowing what I am and why I am here, and that I cannot know. So therefore I have no reason to live.
Kostya,
What?
I'm pregnant.
Well, don't spare me now.
It's going to be perfection.
I'm not going to finish it.
Why? Why ever not?
Because its defects will become more and more obvious. I can't fool myself that I am an artist. I want to give it up.
I confess I hardly miss Seryoja at all.
But you do.
Yes.
Anna, let's go back to Russia. Karenin will grant us a divorce. We'll get married and all be together.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that. I'm so unpardonably happy here. Away from all of them, all of that. I thought you were too.
Being with you is the realization of all my deepest desires. But there is nothing I can do here. I need a purpose.
That's what I like so much, having you all to myself.
Seryoja needs his mother.
Dear Lydia Ivanovna, forgive me for reminding you of myself. Count Vronsky and I are returning to St. Petersburg. I am unhappy at being parted from my son. I beg to be allowed to see him. Will you send Seryoja to me, or should I come to the house at some fixed hour? You cannot conceive the yearning I have to see him, and so cannot conceive the gratitude your help will arouse in me. Anna.
I don't think I can refuse her.
My dear friend, you never see evil in anybody.
Her love for her son, exactly.
Is it love? My friend, is it sincere? Have we the right to toy with the feelings of that little angel? He thinks she's dead, and he prays for her and beseeches God to have mercy on her sins, and it is better. Madame, to remind your son of you might lead to questions on his part which it would be impossible to answer. I beg you to interpret your husband's refusal in the spirit of Christian love.
I am here to tell you that I look upon my union with Madame Karenina as marriage. If you wish to be on good terms with me, then you must be on good terms with my wife. Our intimate friends can and must look at it in the proper light.
I, for one, am so glad you are back. I can imagine how horrible our Petersburg must seem to you after your delightful travels. How about the divorce? Is that all settled?
I am only waiting for Karenin.
People will throw stones at me, I know. But I shall come and see Anna. I will ignore the conventions, but other starchy people will give you the cold shoulder until you are married. And that's so simple nowadays. Of course, I cannot invite her to my home. I have daughters growing up.
How can you say that, when everyone knows you are Tuskevich's mistress?
How dare you make comparisons?
Alyosha, darling, you hardly have the moral high ground.
Doctor, it's time.
All right.
Давай, Кити, еще раз. Хорошо. Нет, еще немножко, Кити. Раз, два.
Lord, have mercy on us and help us. Lord, have mercy on us.
Помоги. Да еще мальчик.
You may ease your mind. All is well.
Покажите его отцу-то. Они все такие, когда только родились. Этот ты еще красавчик.
Добрый вечер.
Mama?
They told me you were dead.
You didn't believe it, my precious.
I never believed it.
Десять лет служил, да кроме милости ничего не видал. Ты теперь пошел бы, да и сказал, пожалуйте, мол, вот, Алексей Александрович сейчас выйдут, пойдут в детскую. Вот он тебя выгонит, увидишь.
Don't go, he won't come just yet.
Sayosha, my darling, you must love him. It's better than I am, and I've been wicked to him. When you're grown up, you will understand.
Anna, please.
Mama, don't go. Mama.
Don't disturb any modicum of peace, sir. Get out. Our door is closed to you. You're not welcome here. You deserted your son.
The laudanum prescribed for Anna after the loss of her child now became the opiate used to deaden the pain of Seryozha's loss.
Why shouldn't I go? You were going.
Oh, of course, there's no reason whatever.
That's exactly what I said.
Anna, for heaven's sake, what has come over you?
I don't understand what you mean.
You know you can't go to the opera.
Why not? I'm not going alone. I'm going with Princess Varvara.
Princess Varvara. She's little more than a courtesan.
She's no worse than the others. Besides, I'm not ashamed of what I have done. I'm not ashamed of my love for you. And whom are you accompanying?
My mother, for heaven's sake.
You've been out with your mother quite a bit lately.
Anna, she is my mother.
I hear your mother has taken on Princess Sorokina as a companion. Why don't you make your mother happy and marry her?
Anna, I have not the slightest interest in Princess Sorokina.
How do you think that makes me feel?
What?
How am I supposed to feel? You spend your evenings with a pretty young girl. What do I know? Only what you tell me.
Oh, you don't trust me.
Why could I go out? I love you and nothing else matters to me. So long as you haven't changed. As long as you still love me. Look at me.
All we need is the divorce. I know how difficult your situation must be until then, but please, don't make matters worse. Please, please don't go.
I'll stay as you wish.
Иди.
Princess Sorokina.
Your mama is asking for you.
Good evening, Mama. I'm sorry to be late.
Well, you're here now, and that's all that matters.
Excuse me, you seem to be putting me in the position of defendant. I was given to understand that Anna Arkadyevna declines a divorce if I insist on keeping the boy. I replied to her in that sense and considered the matter closed.
Alexei Alexandrovich, you are a good man. Put yourself in her position for a moment. She's moved to Moscow. She's been there 6 months now, each day expecting your decision.
I'm a believer now. I cannot go against the teachings of Christianity in such a matter.
Why, divorce is sanctioned, even by the church.
I must think it over. I must seek guidance.
do I see? Ah, yes, that's right.
Oh, yes. I must go away. I long to be in the country. And there's nothing to keep you here, is there?
My one wish is to get away.
You know, it came over me like an absolute inspiration. Why should we go on waiting here for the divorce? Won't you do just as well in the country? I've made up my mind that it shan't influence my life anymore. Do you agree?
Oh, yes.
Well, how was your dinner party?
Oh, the dinner was first rate. And the boat race and all that quite enjoyable. Well, when are we off?
The sooner the better. We can't get off tomorrow, I'm afraid, but we could be ready the day after.
Oh, no, wait a moment. The day after tomorrow is Sunday, and I have to see Mama.
You could go there tomorrow.
No, I'm going there on business to do with the power of attorney. And the money won't be ready tomorrow.
In that case, then, we won't go at all. I won't go any later Monday or not at all.
Why? There's no sense in that.
You see no sense in it because you care nothing for me. You seem unable to understand my position. How do you think I feel cooped up in these rooms? But you are free, yes, you are free. And if you don't love me anymore, that would be better and more honest to say so.
Oh, really? This is becoming unbearable. Why do you try my patience? It has its limits.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, what do you want of me?
All I want is that you should not desert me as you are thinking of doing. No, I don't want that. All I want is your love, but it has gone, so it is all over.
But wait! What is this all about? I said that we must put off our departure for a matter of 3 days. And you answer by accusing me of lying and being dishonorable.
It is a matter of complete indifference to me what your mother thinks and whom she wants to marry you to.
But we're not talking about that.
Precisely about that. I know all about that little Princess Sorokina. And let me tell you, a heartless woman, be she old or not old, your mother or anyone else, is of no consequence to me. And I do not want to have anything to do with her.
I will not have you speak disrespectfully of my mother. There's a limit to my endurance.
Why didn't I die?
Они, маленькая, смотри, о, как красиво. Мышка is going to eat your banana. Yeah. Yeah. Давай. Yeah. Yeah.
Who is that telegram from?
It's from Stiva.
Can I see it?
It is addressed to me.
What secrets can Steve have from me?
I didn't want you to see it because Stiva has a passion for wiring. Why telegraph when nothing is settled? He wires. Could get nothing out of him, promises definite answer soon. Read for yourself.
Little hope, and I'll do everything possible and impossible. I don't care about the divorce anymore, and there was not the slightest necessity to hide this from me.
I just want things to be definite. I'm sure your irritability is due to the uncertainty of your position.
And why did Princess Sorokina deliver this telegram?
She did not. It arrived earlier while you were sleeping. Princess Sorokina came with the money and the documents from my mother. I couldn't get them yesterday. I didn't want anything to delay our departure. By the way, we are definitely going tomorrow, aren't we?
You are. But not I.
Anna, we can't go on like this.
You are not I!
This is intolerable!
You will be sorry for this.
give me everything.
Count Vronsky. Perhaps you'd rather not have seen me. If so, please don't hesitate to say. I can always find another compartment.
No, please. The Serbian war is a blessing for me. As a man, I have the merit that my life is of no value to me. I am glad there is something for which I may lay down the life which is not simply useless, but loathsome to me. Anyone is welcome to it.
I know the dreadful thing you have suffered. But I beg you not to continue on this course you are following.
I am doing my duty as a Russian and a Christian.
Please, hear me out. I saw your lady only once. I wish I'd spoken up then, but I did not. Which is why I cannot remain silent now. Ever since the death of my brother, all I've been searching for are answers to questions like, what am I? Why am I here? What am I living for? Then suddenly it all became clear to me. I'd been living on spiritual truths that I'd drunk in with my mother's milk, but I'd never acknowledged them. I know what is right and wrong. I wasn't taught this. It was given to me as it is to everyone. I discovered nothing. I merely opened my eyes to what I knew.
For me, it is too late. As a man, I am finished. As a weapon, I may be of some use. Don't think ill of me. I have lost too much. All I ask is to be able to remember her as she once was. When I first met her. I try to bring back those moments, but I cannot. I cannot see her face. I can only see her laid out in the railway shed where they took her. She was...
This new feeling has not changed me. It has not made me happy and enlightened all of a sudden, as I dreamed it would. It is like the way it was with my feeling for my son.
Come to the nursery at once.
There was no surprise about this either.
What's going on?
Mitya wants to see you.
But be it faith or not, I don't know what it is. Through suffering, this feeling has crept just as imperceptibly into my heart.
Mitya. He knows me.
And has lodged itself firmly there. I shall still be unable to understand with my reason why I pray. And I shall still go on praying. But my life now, my whole life, independent of anything that can happen to me, every minute of it is no longer meaningless as it was before, but has a positive meaning of goodness with which I have the power to invest it.